Yo. Oh, let me put my shit on. Hold on. Let me see if my shit works. Y'all hear me? You good? Y'all hear me? You good? Sound check?
We all checked in.
Y'all talk? I see your guys' bars go up, so I think we're good.
Yeah.
I think we're good. Hold on. I'm gonna record this. We're live now, guys.
Recording in progress.
Yo, I don't like that shit. Why is it telling me that? Do you guys hear that? Or is it just me?
Hell yeah. No, I
Okay.
see that pop up.
You didn't finish sneak on me, bro. You didn't finish sneak toward me.
ain't finished report. We didn't know.
I'm just making
IRS.
sure. I'm just making sure. Hold on, man. We live, man. Let me put this on here real quick. I'm put on live on
Dante
Instagram.
already got ulterior motives on reporting us or something.
Yeah, I'm like, bro.
No, that's the
You got us
update.
on wire, bro?
That's
You
the
got on
update. That's the update, man. That's the update. It ain't me. It's whatever, man. All right, y'all. Welcome to the episode 14. We got my man D Nice. He doesn't want to be called Red Pill anymore. He's what, Gold Pill now?
Not
Gold
yet.
Pill. Okay, Gold Pill. Hello to the peoples
Pill right
on
now.
POF live stream. If y'all's tapping in, what's up? We're doing our show. I know you can't see the people I am talking to, and other people who are listening to me on audio or podcast cannot hear me or cannot see me or anyone else, but it's cool. Check us on our whydaypodcast.com. It's all on there. I got YouTube, all that stuff. Everything's on here. Everything's going live. So, yeah, man, I got my Why Date shirt on, you know, trying to stun a little bit.
The shirts we never got?
You know.
Oh, yeah.
I got the Why Date shirt on. The shit that's never. It's real, guys. It's real. It's real. See, look, it's real. Real.
Hey.
It's a myth. It doesn't exist.
It's real. It's real. It does exist.
I call cap.
Like I said, man, I'm working on merchandise, y'all. Okay. You know? I gotta talk to my partner in crime, my brother. He has all the materials. I gotta make sure that's happening. Hopefully, he's tuning in and listening to problems we're going through. This is Why Day issues, man. Yeah, man. How's you guys' Wednesday, man? How was you guys' Why Day Wednesday? How's that going? What hump day or what do you guys call it?
It was,
Please.
I'll let D-Nice go first.
It was chill, man. You know, just handle business. Nothing too extreme.
Okay.
Boring. Not playing. No.
Damn. Fucked
I didn't
up.
do much else. Honestly, I went to the gym and then just kicked in the pool with my twin all day. I think she's at the gym right now. Otherwise, I probably would ask her to hop on. But
Okay. Well, I mean, my day was great, man. I did a couple errands around here. I'm
yeah,
getting my car tuned up at some point.
you didn't make us no shirts.
The shirts? One day.
You didn't make the shirts. You said you didn't do too much today. You got time to make shirts. Yeah.
All right. I'll get them. I'll make them happy, guys. I'm sorry.
2 weeks, Dante. You got 2 weeks.
You
I'm just
know.
gonna pull up and take the one you got on. Like, me and D-Nice are gonna just pull up and take the one you got on. You got 2 weeks.
Y'all gonna rob me? Shit, man. I'm about to rob me.
Like,
Goddamn.
D-Nice, take your shoes too.
Before we start,
Like,
stupid. What's the drinking choice? What are you drinking on, man? What are you drinking on, Markel? Or Gold Pill?
I'm drinking some Modelo. So what happened was DoorDash delivers alcohol now.
They don't even check ID.
So they did.
Did they?
At the door, they send a picture of the back of your ID. And what's funny was the guy was like, "Oh man, see," he handed me the stuff, and then he goes, "Let me see your ID." And I said, "Oh, give me 1 second, I'm gonna get it inside." So I went and got my wallet and brought it back out, but it was like I didn't have to come back out. Like it's just, I mean,
Oh, he gave you the
handed me
liquor.
the beer, and I took it with me inside. He's waiting outside to get my license photo. But it was like I didn't have to come back out, bro. You fucked
That's
up.
so funny. You didn't have to. You could. Hey, man, get off my property, man. Get out of here. Beat it. Scram. Amstray. Hopefully my microphone is not staticky. As it typically does. Hopefully, let me know if my shit gets staticky. Yeah, man, that shit's hella funny. Cause my mom like saw me. I was ordering beer. It was from this place called Plucked in San Ramon. And they dropped all the beer. My mom was like, they don't check ID. I was like, maybe they do? I don't know. They just left it here. I was like, man, hey, it's slipping. They slipping on that shit, man. Hopefully the privileges don't get revoked where we can't fucking get liquor anymore from DoorDash. I don't know.
I don't know how much trouble there.
Is that him or me?
That's him, actually.
Oh, it's him.
It's not you.
It's him.
Let's go, coach.
It's not me. Woo, let's go. It's not me. He cut out, guys.
Actually,
not
now
me.
you're freezing up too.
Am I cutting out too?
All right, there we go. We're good.
Okay,
good.
all right, man. What the fuck?
All right,
man?
he's back too. Yeah, all types of connection problems.
It's all, man. What the
Oh,
hell?
Bastos boy is live. What's up?
Who's that?
E?
Oh, E? E's on? Bastos? Oh, shit. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Oh, Bastos boy, yeah.
Bastos, what's up? E? I know I can't see, but like, what's up, man?
I'll be your eyes, Dante. I'll be your eyes.
Man. Thanks.
Don't worry.
Thanks,
Just
man.
for you.
Let me know if it gets kind of crazy on Instagram. You know, it gets.
I'm hoping it gets crazy. I hope we get wild today. I
hope so, man. I hope some shit pops off on here, man. I'm like, see, look, he's cutting out again.
Oh, the Lord have mercy.
See, maybe it's better that he does cut out. We have to hear.
Damn.
All right, well, guys, as soon as he comes back on, internet wise, okay.
Markel, you the freezing man out.
I cut out.
Yeah,
yeah, you cut out. It's not me. I'm looking at my internet right now, looking pretty cool right now, man.
It's funny when you freeze the most because you're the host.
Hey, you know what, man? We're not doing this in person, so that's the hard part about it. If we did this in person, it'd be a whole different scenario. You know what I mean? It'd be so much easier.
Y'all trying to come to Tracy, I'll host, but
hey, if you want us to, if you want to, we could do that.
Do what?
Yeah. Do an in-house.
Today's topic.
Oh, today's topic. I totally forgot. We have a topic to talk about, huh?
Drum roll.
It is qualification versus judgmental. Be judging or judging at all. Because people get this kind of messed up a lot. I noticed a lot of people are going through this right now. Is people are pre-qualifying people for the qualification before the pre-qualification of that other qualification. That makes sense. There's too many qualification processes in this dating thing. I think it probably happens. I don't know if it happens in your age range, but definitely in our 30s, people are like, what do you do? How much you make? What do you do? Yeah, you know, you get those questions, all right? Like, oh, you're a teacher? Oh, right. Check off the box.
Oh, you live with your mom? Sorry.
You still live with your parents? Ooh, you can't cook? Ooh. Like, it's just, I don't know if that's a qualification. And it's so funny. I was telling Markel about this on the Facebook. Someone said, like, I need someone to, what did they say? They said, to be worth my time. Like a woman said, I'm having trouble dating somebody because I need to find someone who's worth my time. And then the one guy chimed in. He said, like, you sound so entitled.
She do.
But it's not only her. It's a lot of women think this way, and it's so crazy, man. Like they'll go in there and think that's they're such high mighty, and like it's so fucked up. Like even I don't mind women who make like really good money, really good income. It does not bother me. I don't give a shit about the money. Like I don't think a lot of guys really give a fuck, right, about this shit. We don't give a shit. We don't. But it's just like they want to try to flaunt so hard and push a lot of men who don't make the money they make and push them down. But then they go for these high quality dudes that they qualified, right? And they still not good enough for them. Like they still having issues getting those people.
I have a phrase for this. I use this all the time, right? And not to sound like we're women bashing, but
you could women bash. It's okay.
Women,
you always do.
Women want the lifestyle without being the wife style. I always say this. They want lifestyle without wife style. And the reason is if you watch TV, if you watch people with the media, keep with magazines, all you hear about are these women who are successful, who are with successful men, and these men just do everything for them. They buy them gifts, they take them places, take them traveling, they take them on boat parties, on yachts. I'm on Hinge, and I can't even explain to you guys, like, all these girls talk about travel. They're like, oh, I want a guy who's going to take me places. I want someone to go travel with. I want something to do. It's like, tell me you want a sugar daddy without saying you want a sugar daddy.
That should be a TikTok right there.
And then,
I mean, it's already on TikTok.
boycotting TikTok.
Are you?
No, I'm just talking about you.
Oh man.
You're famous now.
But it's like what's crazy is, so I've actually experienced what Dante's talking about, because I've gotten numbers women who are older, I've matched with older, and it's like the very first question. So what do you do?
I hate that question.
You know, and
I do too.
I really
and
do
I
hate
don't
that
expect
question.
women to be like super like initiating conversations. I just start conversations. That's just my duty. I just do it. But yeah, it's like it's always, oh, what do you do? Oh, that's so great. Does it like pull away from your family? Do you have any kids? And it's like this all feels pre-rehearsed. This all feels pre-rehearsed.
Well,
like you're like,
they ask the
I'm
same
pretty sure they
questions
got a
for
list
every
in there.
guy that they
Yo.
meet on there. The dating app is like the worst because they're already thinking like, oh, he looks like a fuck boy, or he looks like some
Yeah.
kind of fucking like, you know what I mean? It's like it's such a fucking tree, dude. And I think women go through it too with other guys. I've heard like a couple of stories that women go through the same shit too with guys who like qualify them and then they judge them and like, oh, fuck it. So it's like,
You know, honestly, too, I hate that whole thing that it's like, oh, I'm not going off based off just looks. You're on a dating app. Come on now.
You're going off
Let's
looks.
be real. Come
You're
on
going
now.
off looks. You know what I'm saying? If you look like a creeper on your profile pictures, they're gonna be like, I'm not looking at his personality.
Right.
They don't want to entertain a person with personality before that, you know? They can look like a creeper all they want. It's all about angles, bro. Angles and lighting.
And I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but at the same time, don't say, oh, it's all about personality. Just don't. You on a dating
It's about
app.
the looks.
Come on,
Well, I
man.
don't know
Let's
how
be
Plenty of
honest.
Fish works. Plenty of Fish. How do you just? Is it kind of like a real like Facebook style where you just can just send something right in someone's DMs? You have to match with them. How does POF work? I've never been on POF.
You could send messages, but that's if they want to respond back to you, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, it's a little different. I mean, I actually POF has stepped up a lot, man. Meet Me and POF has actually stepped up a lot. Gotcha.
I was like, man, I think I look blurry. I was like, all right. There we go.
What's that? Who's that? Who gave me that? Hold on, wait a minute. Oh, thanks, Miss Ordinary,
One
for
thing I
the
like
host.
about Hinge, I think Hinge, I hate saying this, but like Hinge is really, really good if you're a guy and you're not like incredibly attractive. Like if you're not conventional. like if you're
Say that again, man. Say that one more
and, like,
time.
you're not
Yo!
conventionally attractive, right? Hinge, I think, is your best. Hinge and Day Game are gonna be your best bets in getting.
This man, he said if you're not attractive
He
enough,
said if you're
it can
not
work out
that
for you.
good-looking.
Oh, so I have a chance, Mark? God, thank you. Thank goodness I have a chance.
No,
Oh,
let me
man.
finish. Like one thing that like women always forget to say they like, but it's been proven time and time again they love this thing, is a man who is socially competent. A guy who's like witty and funny. And a lot of dudes, like if you're not super conventionally attractive, right? I was too real. Like if you're in the middle of a weight loss journey, or you're not incredibly symmetrical or whatever, you know, you typically work on your personality, and those are usually the guys who are like the funniest, right? Like the big funny guy or the short funny guy. Like they exist. And so on Hinge, where you can send a message, like if you send a good enough message, she will match with you, even if she doesn't think you're like super conventionally attractive. And then also like you'd have to display the same things. I love Kevin Samuels. We all know I love Kevin Samuels.
We all know
AKA
Kevin
I'm all
Samuels.
Kev. And but he has this thing where he talks about your image. What is a man's image, right? His image is his appearance, his online footprint, the way he communicates, and his network, right? So if you're like failing in one of those departments, you can succeed in the other and have a really great image. A girl's gonna think you're a high status male, and she's gonna want to be with you, or at least give you a shot. She'll give you a shot, right? I think Hinge works really well for that. I've never been on POF, so they have to match you back. But you said on POF you can send a message, right? And then they can choose to match.
Yeah. But it's so many, like, I don't know. PF is kind of crazy, man. Like, I get a couple, like, weird comments and weird shit sent to me. And I'm like, oh, shit. Like,
Yeah.
like damn near
But that's
prostitution.
all dating apps, man.
I
You get
mean,
weird shit, too.
POF is pretty big on that, man. Like, I never experienced that as much, like, on Hinge or Bumble, you know what I mean?
What's so funny is that on Hinge, like, okay, this is a great segue into qualifications, pre-qualifications, right? So I'm all about, and I talked about this in the past podcast, every person dating right? If you're dating and at a minimum, you're just looking for a genuine connection. I'm not saying marriage, relationship, whatever. You're just at a minimum looking for a genuine connection. You should have 3 non-negotiables. If more than 3, you're being too fucking picky. Or one of them is not defined enough, right? Every person should have 3 non-negotiables, and you should find out by the end of the second date all those 3. And if they don't have all those, like if they're doing good, they're clear of all those 3, you should try and go for the third date and see what happens. Right? That third date is usually where things like either make or break. You know, and I know we're all here chasing the spark and we're chasing this super romantic fucking, you know, stupid Disney feeling, but the reality is this slow burn that lasts forever. It's like, you know, if your parents been together forever, they knew each other for like 3 or 4 years, but even tried dating. It's real slow progression. And so in terms of disqualifications, I'm big into that. I'm always going to say it's more, you should focus so much more on the women you don't want, the women you do want. Like you need to have a very clear picture in your head of women you don't want in your life. Same with women. You should have a very clear picture of men you don't want in your life. And anyone who doesn't suit that, like isn't that picture, like you should at least give them a chance and see, right? Like if there's at least a bit of genuine connection there, like you should at least foster that and see what happens. You should be curious about this other person. So yeah.
I mean,
so Donnie, I'm gonna ask you after I drop that. If you had to have 3 non-negotiables, like 3, like if a woman has one of these or walk out of the first date on the spot, what would they be?
You asking Dante or me?
Who are you asking, me or him?
My bad.
I was like trying to fix something on my thing. My bad. I was like totally just totally got out of it. What's up?
3 non-negotiables, or I'm walking out or she's walking out?
You're walking out. These are like your, I mean, she's walking out if you're taking her out. Most likely you're walking out. But like, these are like your instant disqualifiers. You're like, nope, I'm noping out of there.
Has to be like okay with like a guy that's into like the Marvel, DC superhero movie aspect. If she's not, because some think of it like a child type thing, and they just don't even, you know, fuck with it.
We talking about,
but that I would have to say, what else? This is a good question, man. I've never been asked this.
See, I've had, and not to cut you off right now, I'll let you think about it while I'm saying this bit. So when I go on dates, I always as a joke will ask that. That's my really only, my real only disqualifier question, right? Everything else is pretty much fair game, unless they like tell me to do like hella drugs and shit. Other than that, I just go, so like, we gotta have 3 straight no-goes. What are they? Right? And if she tells me her 3 and I'm not any of those, then I'll tell her my 3. And if she's not any of those, then I don't push the issue of what we're looking for, what you want, what you're desiring. I'm going to act in a way congruent of what I want. I'm going to trust you will too. And the minute I sense you're not, then, you know, we'll talk about it at that point. But I think it's super important for people to know they're non-negotiable, right? Because that's going to just, when I say that's just going to just like really filter out the riffraff. It's going to filter.
Let me ask you, what are some examples of non-negotiables for you?
All right. So I have 3. And
then I'll give you the other 2 of mine.
Surprise to anybody, right? With your non-negotiables. So number 1, you can never have either physically abused or cheated on a partner in the past or currently, right? I absolutely believe people can become better, they can grow, and they can, you know, increase their ability to have integrity. But I think cheating and physical abuse is like eating forbidden fruit. That once you've done it, it's so much easier for you to do it again. So I'd rather have somebody who never tasted that ever. Number 2, no serious criminal history. If you got like a petty theft from like 10 years ago, like when you're in like middle school, I don't give a shit. But like if you have any major felonies or anything that's gonna you can't pass a background check, I'm not, even if you're great, I'm not gonna carry that burden. We want to get houses, for apartment rentals, when you need help getting a car or like getting a job, I don't want to worry about that. And then number 3, no sex workers. I always get flack for that one, but the reality is I don't judge sex workers for doing sex work. I just don't want that coming back up and being a hurdle we have to get over. I want to have a girl who has an OnlyFans, and then all my buddies are for OnlyFans.
Wait a minute. You don't like girls with OnlyFans? Why not, man?
I like them. I just don't date them because it's just it's gonna become a thing. I don't want it to be a conversation I have to have with my parents. I don't want it to be a conversation I have to have with my friends. I don't want to go out and like half the people in the room have seen my girlfriend doing something crazy naked that I thought only I was seeing, right? Or if she's done, let's say she's done something she's not proud of in the past, right? She's done some acting, some film work, some theater that she's not.
I couldn't do
proud
that
of.
either.
I don't want that coming back when I try to make a political run or something.
Yeah, kind of like a best man type scenario.
He said best man.
Yeah.
Scenario. He said
like,
best man scenario.
I'm not trying to find that out. So, sex workers, it's a no. Also, like I don't like if I'm dating a girl, let's say a girl's an exotic dancer, right? I don't want to worry about stalkers. Like, what if she gets a stalker, or what if some guy gets aggressive with her and beats her ass? Like, I don't want to have to like have her come home and she's covered in bloody dollar bills and some dude popped her because she wouldn't do something, right? Like, I just avoid that altogether. Those are my. If she doesn't have one of those three, like, I'm probably gonna give her a chance if the chemistry is there.
Is that so? Okay, so what's the difference between qualification and judging somebody?
Qualifications.
Because if a girl's like let's say if a girl is like OnlyFans, right? But you know her career is like that's what she does. That's what she does as far as her career wise. Granted, it's not the best career to have, but like she's making big money, whatever case may be, and she's been doing this way longer than she's met you, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you judging based on other people judging her, or you actually just don't want to fuck with it because it's not immoral for you? Because you said like, oh, I don't want people seeing her, and then I show my family what she does.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Right now, like, this is a very like, I'm just gonna say, like, I think this is a really dumb thought process that people have when something will legitimately bother you and cause legitimate hurdles, and they go, "Why do you care what people think?" Yeah. Like, you kind of have to an extent. Like, the people who really don't give a fuck about anybody else's opinion, you have a word for them: narcissists.
Especially with internet now too, and if anything gets leaked, that shit can pop up so fast.
Yeah.
And it's like, here's the thing. It'd be different if, like, okay, like maybe I might run into one of her coworkers who's seen a video of her in the past. I can get over that, no problem. The thing is, I don't want to look my mother in the face knowing that my wife is shaking ass on the internet. And my mom's gonna go, hey, why? And it's like, again, I'm not judging their career choice. Yeah. I am equally as not for them as they are not for me.
Yeah.
Right. But it's just one of those where I'm not going to be shamed for having, because people try this, right? They're like, oh, why are you think?
What if she's like super conservative?
Going into a function, right? Everybody's getting drunk and they're all now showing pictures of your wife naked or her doing something.
Yo, I'd get disowned in my culture.
I'm the kind of guy where I'm confident in my position. I have a secure attachment style. That still doesn't mean I have to be okay with my wife naked.
Let me ask the viewers and listeners on here. Would you guys date someone who's on OnlyFans? I don't know what people are.
Or a sex worker. Both.
Or a sex worker.
The entire thing.
Because you could be OnlyFans would be like just showing pictures of your feet and still make it pretty big, and people fucking like lose their fucking shit over for it. Like, I know a couple girls like our homegirls just show their feet. You know what I mean? Like,
well, I mean, to go back to your question, dude.
Is that sex work?
No, about judging versus kind of just like writing someone off. I mean, who really doesn't have three things that they're just like, all right, I can't do it, you know? And it can be anything. So, but to people that they do it to, it could come off as judging because they're pretty much pointing out that flaw to them. But in hindsight, I think it's like, it's what they need personally and want. So, I mean, to some, it can look like judging. Others, it can just be a preference.
I mean, it goes hand in hand almost because, I mean, you're low key. I'm not saying like I stick it up for people who I wouldn't do it, but you're low key kind of judging someone based off their career choice. Or if they're a sex worker, he's like, oh man, she's a fucking freak. Or what if she's super conservative? Like, that's just her career.
If the person says it before,
I'm not sure if I heard of it. I'm just saying it, Joe. What if she's like super like wait till sex, like wait to get married? What if she's like waited to get married before she has sex? Like, I don't know. I mean, some women are.
She's not doing sex work.
You know
I
what
mean, I feel like if you have that conversation before the whole career thing comes into play, then you already know what you're getting into, and it's just like, all right, ding.
Right. So this girl says,
Who was it?
actually, no, I think it was a guy. I'm sorry, it was a guy. I'm so sorry about that. And
Come on,
Keith
man.
Flencho, 34. Actually, I don't even know who that is. So he said Kim K theory. He said only if they're famous, maybe. And then I replied to him. I said, even then, people won't let Kim Kardashian live it down. This was like 12 years ago, right?
Oh yeah,
Something
we
like
still
that.
see the Ray J footage.
They won't let her live it down, and she
That
wants
shit
to
still
escape
turns
it
me
so
on.
bad. I want to see what happens. I want to see what happens like 20 years from now. All the girls who had OnlyFans for like a couple hot girl summers, how many of them are really gonna regret it later? Right?
I mean,
and I might find myself dating one of these women, or having a great relationship, and then some troll or some malicious person won't let her past be the past. That's not something I want to possibly have to deal with. So I just quit it entirely. And I told the other dude, I was like, well, look, every single day, someone is DMing Kanye West pictures of Ray J's D in Kim Kardashian's mouth.
You think so? Is that confirmed?
I know so. He has too many followers. That's not the happening.
And I mean, you look at
we don't know though. We don't know.
I don't want to go through that.
You look at her sister, the one that dated Lamar Odom.
Oh,
everyone points at her and is just like, "Oh, you're the reason guys get on drugs and stuff."
I mean,
and it's just like, well, damn, that's how you feel?
We could blame a Kardashian for everything.
They already do. Shit.
That's racist. We Boogie said that's racist.
Right? Going back to different thing. I think when I say that, that's pre-qualifying, right? Pre-qualifying. I think for men, it's easy. The first pre-qualifications most men have, are you pretty enough? Straight up. Like when a man, because assuming that majority of men initiate, right? A man's first reasoning for initiating, you're pretty. His very first like subconscious thought before that even makes it to like prefrontal cortex, oh, she pretty, right? That's the first thing he thinks. And then after that, he will rationalize why this is a good decision based off other qualifications. Oh, she's pretty. Okay, she looks like she's happy. She's laughing. Okay, she looks like she has friends. So I think she's social. Or I saw her feeding her puppy, or I saw her playing with her sister's kids. So she looks like really nurturing. But the beginning, two qualifications that. Mine are pretty much the same. Like, are you pretty? Okay. And do you look like you know how to have a good time? I love to do stuff. I'm very outgoing. I'm an extroverted extrovert. So like I need someone who likes to have a good time. And then once I get to those two things are met, all right, then it's like, okay, do you have any of these three things? No. By this point, we've talked enough for me to know, like, okay, I want to go out with you. Like, for sure. Like, we'll go on a second or third date. And that's it. I think, yeah, so if that process is longer for you, you're being too picky. You are just being too picky, and you are overvaluing your marketplace.
Well, that's a question for you. How do you differentiate qualifications versus being too picky?
Yeah, if you have too many qualifications, you're being too picky. You shouldn't have more than you should have. When it comes to qualifications, you should really have less than 4, right? I know mine is, because I'm a bit younger, right? Mine is school, car, job. You have to have at least 2 of these 3. School, car, job, right? So first, okay, she's pretty enough. All right, I'm gonna talk to her. School, car, job. Okay, she has 2 of the 3, preferably 3 of the 3, right? The reason is if she only has 1 of those 3, it's gonna be hard to date, right? Because she's not mobile, or she's not progressing in her career, or she can't make any money. Those things. School, car, job, right? That's like real basic stuff. Most women my age now, I don't even have to go through that process. I just know they have 2 of the 3 minimum, right? Or for me online, it's gonna say, right, where they work and what they do, whatever. After that, I got my 3 disqualifiers, and if we have enough chemistry, we'll see what happens. I'm not going to be so incredibly picky that I'm alone all the time.
So not to time in with your comments. Someone Wee Boogie timed in. He said being picky is an insecurity issue deep down. Man, she's too young, booty too small. She likes dubbed but not subbed. Fucking guy, man. I'm sorry.
Hey, bro, she likes dubbed and not subbed. That might be a legitimate thing.
That's sus, bro. If you likes, whoa, wait a minute. What's wrong with dubbed?
I'm just saying, bro.
Oh man,
You don't want to start this beef right now. You don't want it, bro. No,
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Like, huh?
What are you not gonna lie about?
I'm not gonna lie to you. Like anytime. So I do happen to be one of those men that lives with his mom still. And the one question that I always bring up, and I like hold my breath right after, is I still live with my mom. Is that cool?
Stop saying that.
Yeah, man,
Start
fuck
saying
it.
She lives with me.
Yeah, she live with me.
Bruh, I'm not gonna lie to you.
No, I don't need to lie, man.
It's
honestly,
a requirement now, man.
That motherfucker.
I gotta hold my breath and make sure they'll stay.
Let's be honest,
Look,
dude.
I don't want to. For real, like, not rude.
Yeah, it's 2021.
Is your mom older than the age of 65?
What's up?
Is your mom older than the age of 65?
Yes.
She lives with you.
Fuck it. All right.
Stupid.
That's simple.
Listen.
Because when you say I live with my mom, it sounds like you're not doing anything. When you say your mom lives with me, it sounds like you're a family-oriented gentleman who takes care of his parents.
Okay, I can.
Yeah, I mean, I can see what you mean, but like, if you ain't paying the mortgage or nothing, man, you ain't owning that house, and the mom.
She'll never know all that. She gonna ask you, "Oh, so you pay the mortgage?" And just say, "Yeah." Say, yeah. But she gonna ask your bank statements next. Yes, your bank statement. She's like, "Oh,
screenshot me, please."
I'm gonna be honest, man. I can care less what they think of. Like, it's 2021. We just had a pandemic, bro. We got to get our shit back together. We working on shit, man. It's not easy, especially in the Bay Area. Come on, man. Come on.
That's what annoys me the most. You live in the Bay Area, but you asking me to have my own house?
Come on, man. It's hard as fuck out here. Unless you're not in tech or not saving lives, being a doctor, you fucked out here, man.
Yo, even some doctors can't even afford this fucking area, man.
Shit. I'm just saying. I think people understand that. The women I talk to understand, like, hey, I live with my mom's. Okay. Like, that was never a deal breaker.
Going back to that topic we were talking about earlier, about like, D-Nice asked me, what's the difference between like qualifying and being too picky? I think people like price themselves out, right? Like, what happened? And I heard this before, and it was really, really funny, right? There was this video talking about like marketplace value for men, right? And they were saying like they have this laundry list of things. Like, okay, you want a girl in her mid-20s. You want her to have less than 10 bodies. You want her to be 5'8" and 130 pounds. You want her to be a model. You want her to fuck like a porn star. You want her to have a business. You want her to not expect you to pay for everything.
I want her thick.
He was like, if you're not the 1% of the 1%, you can't afford a woman like that. Like, you can't afford a woman like that. You can't. Like, you just don't have the marketplace value, the status, the money. You just don't have that, right? And I think what happens is people are so picky that in terms of assortative mating, when they find someone who fits specifications, unfortunately, they're out of your league. They're out of your budget. They are out of your budget, right? They're out of your marketplace value. Like, I'm going to say there's tons of gray lines. There's not fine lines in between, but there is almost like a dating caste system, you know? Like, you can't expect to not maximize your physical and mental well-being, not maximize your financial potential, not maximize your ability to hold frame, right? Not maximize your emotional intelligence, and then go pick somebody who is only available to people who have maxed those things out. I today could not go bag Kim Kardashian. I'd be confident enough to walk up to her. I'd be confident enough to talk to her like I'm not fucking starstruck. Ain't no way in hell she's coming home with me. I just don't have that kind of pull.
You're not bringing the Kim Kardashian home. That's what you said. What is Kim Kardashian? What number is she?
It's straight up.
Is she a 10?
I mean, I'm a confident guy. I could go for it, but I'm not going to back
it. Is Kim Kardashian still a 10 though? Even though she popped out kids, is she still a 10? Considered?
Yeah.
Still?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, yo. Okay, all right. Well,
come on, bro.
I'm just saying, man. I mean, once that kid pops out, that goes down a little bit.
Hey, they got different stuff now to change that.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying, man. You know, once that pops out, man.
Hey, these celebrities got the money to change their bodies once all that happens, man.
Beyonce got dropped down a couple notches too, man. I mean, come on. I
think it was Carrie Hilson, dude.
You gotta be careful, bro. You can't be coming from the beehive like that.
All right, my bad. Am I gonna get attacked? Am I getting canceled?
They're gonna dox
Okay.
They are gonna dox you for sure. They're gonna get you fired from your
Oops.
job.
Carrie Hilson and Alicia Keys both look great after having their kids. I was like,
Alicia Keys, hey, she's a whole different entity, man.
Oof.
Yeah.
I feel like she's so pure.
Marry her tomorrow.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They don't make them like that
person.
no more.
They don't.
She doing the
Anyways,
whole.
like I was saying. Right?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
So when it comes
We
to
get
like
distracted.
qualifications and judges, like you have to know, you have to have your 3 non-negotiables for sure, right? Everyone's gonna have their preferences, but all I'm gonna say is if any of your preferences that don't involve common decency, common sense, or your 3 non-negotiables, you have to have wiggle. Like on my Hinge account, right? My preferred height is 5'9" and up. Right? Like my preferred height starts at 5'9". The girls I match with, most of them are not 5'9". But that doesn't mean I go out with them if they're not engaging, intelligent, funny, sending indicators of interest, attractive, right? Most of the girls I go out with are like 5'3", 5'4", 5'5", right? Even though my preference is like 5'9", 5'10", 5'11". That's what I like.
Well, you like European type women though, man. Let's be honest. They all come in that size, bro.
Look, man, I just want my wife to like Aphrodite. That's too much to ask for.
You like them hella tall ass like European women, man. That's like
Hey man,
tall, slim, beautiful.
You don't
I
go
don't
for the
say European
shorties.
because I like black chicks. I like Middle Eastern chicks a lot. So that's like my range right there. But the reality is, I'm not always going to be offered that. If I just choose to be single and I just choose to be alone, I choose to price myself out. That's how you end up like 45 years old, alone, divorced multiple times.
Damn.
Bleeding out in child support. It was because like you
Tell him.
You weren't hanging out. You weren't doing what you had to do.
Tell him. Oh, Jimmy Cricket looking motherfucker
And
out here.
Honestly, I'm saying all this stuff towards men because if I said it towards women, y'all couldn't handle it. Y'all couldn't handle it if I really told y'all, stop being so picky. You're not as attractive as you think. You're not as valuable as you think. Your marketplace is not as high as you think it is. So I'm just gonna focus on talking to men right now, right? Because women, there's no point. I feel like you're always gonna price yourself.
There's no point. Who'd you trigger on Instagram, bro? Do I need to look at the Instagram?
Nobody. I'm still the last person to speak on here.
Okay.
Oh shit! There's hell. Never mind. I lied. Hold on.
Motherfucker, look at that shit, man. That's why I had you do that.
Confidence, common sense, and goals. That's a really good one.
Who said that?
Chief Blanchard, that's amazing. Confidence, common sense, and goals. This is what he's looking for in his partner.
The way Boogie said, "You carrot top looking apple eating chump."
Okay, yeah. So Chief Lencho said you're giving too much info. I think that's probably around the time when Donnie said his mom lives with him, and then Kim was all like, she doesn't think it's a bad thing to be living with family. It's a cultural thing. So that's the thing. Like I know most people who are South Asian, Indian, Pakistani, Middle Eastern.
Wow, why you
live
Southeast
with their
Asian?
families.
You mean Filipino or what?
So Kim said it's a cultural thing too, right? Because she's Filipino, like to live with your family. Like you just don't really move out until you're married. Like that's not an unnormal thing.
Is that true? I don't know who else is in here Filipino or Asian or Southeast Asian.
I have no idea who Kim is, but yeah, that's definitely a cultural
thing. Whoa. Who Biggie's a whoa. That's racist.
Relevant controversy says, so you're basically talking about the stress the truth.
Wait, what's racist?
Standard. I live in LA. I have my own apartment.
He always racist.
Uber, but I don't have my car at the moment.
I know who that is.
Well. So
I can already tell who that is. Is that Concierge?
Yeah, but it's like, but you have 2 of the 3. So I'm not holding a different standard. You pass.
She got her shit together though.
She says she lives in LA, doesn't have a car at the moment. If you live in a metro like LA or like SF or New York, no one's gonna judge you for not having a car. I'm from the burbs. It's different. Like it's okay. I grew up in the suburbs and I grew up in like rural farm areas. It's just different. Women definitely take into account if a man lives at home. Once it's explained, it's circumstantial, but this is interesting. Okay. All right.
Okay, it is a culture thing. Yeah, Sahar. Yeah, it is a culture. He's agreed. Yeah, it is a culture thing. Someone commented on YouTube.
Yeah.
Really quick.
It is culture.
Also, it's
I'm
like
not telling them and hold them to a different standard. How? No, because a woman can say the same thing. Well, my parents live with me. She can say the same shit. Oh, hold a different standard. And in fact, a woman living on her own in their own place isn't even in my three. Like I said, because of my age bracket where I'm at, I'm realistic. I'm not expecting a woman to have it all. I'm not expecting her to have it all figured out. I'm more patient with her because she's not going to have it. I don't have it all figured out, right? So, like I said, school, car, job. If she has two of those three, it's great. Women typically hold a man to the standard of he must have a car, job, house, right? That's and they don't settle for 2 out of 3. They usually want you to have all 3.
But the touch on the cultural thing is that with it being kind of like a new age now, that whole being a family person is also can be looked at negatively as, oh, he's never going to want to move out. He's never going to want to live. We can't build a life together because he's always going to be around his family, blah, blah, blah. These are other things that I've heard from cultural kind of like discussions.
I think that segues into a really good conversation that stop looking so far into the future.
That too.
Like people, and this is straight up, like truth. This is my problem. This has been my biggest hurdle in dating upwards of the past 3 months, right? I meet a girl, I find out a little bit about her, and I start planning this whole future, how the next 6 months of dates are gonna go, what we're gonna do after a year when I meet her family. It's like we got coffee for 2 hours. I don't know her. We might do a dinner one day and she hates the way I eat and break up with me. We don't know. So
yeah, I get too excited with that stuff, man. It's like we hit it off that one day. I'm already planning Jagged Edge song for the future.
Have to stop doing this. I said, you need to know what you want, of course. But in the West, the way dating works in the West is you need to shop around and then you're going to settle no matter what. You shop around and you settle with the deal that works best with you.
Delicious. Okay.
Who?
What?
Said who?
No,
No. You said who?
Deliciously divine. That's what it says.
Deliciously divine. Okay.
With the eyes. I'm just giving shout out to people who top in. I mean, everyone's tapping into the conversation.
Divine. I like that.
She said, "Hey." I don't know if it's you.
I don't change my name to that. Can I steal that name? Can I use that?
Yeah,
this guy.
Swoop.
I'm not Red Pill no more. I'm Deliciously divine now.
Swoop.
I like that.
See, okay.
But yeah. So Kim says you want to be with the woman who doesn't want to be around your family, though. Red flag.
Hold on, wait. Say that again.
So Kim says you want to be with a woman who doesn't want to be around your family, though. That's a red flag.
Okay, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, it's the truth. But she's saying that woman who
took your thoughts.
Never gonna move out. What?
She said, "Took your thoughts." The name.
I mean, like one thing I had a problem with was somebody wanted to meet my family and wasn't even trying to have me meet theirs. I was like, no.
I mean,
that's not how that works.
I get it, right? So I still live at home, right? I mean, everything I own is in my name. I pay rent for the room, right? Like by all intents and purposes, I'm doing exactly what anyone in my age bracket would do if they moved out. They would have their own car, they'd have their job, all their bills would be in their name, and they would pay rent somewhere if they didn't own a property. So why do all of that? Except where I pay rent is just also where my parents also pay rent.
I hate when people say that's not the same.
The only problem I run into is logistics. I don't bring girls back home. I don't bring them to my place. So we're either going to yours or we're doing something freaky. So for now.
Huh. Interesting. I mean, like, I don't know, man. This whole pre-qualification shit, man, it can happen in both ways. It's not. I don't want to seem like we're totally just attacking women in this situation. No, but I feel like I think women think a little bit too more in the future than us guys mostly, because they're thinking about like who they're gonna sell their kids with, shit like that. So they're thinking more into it. I think it does happen on men too. Men do obviously do certain things. They judge or they pre-qualify shit. So that's the topic's about. I mean, I know we get a little sidetracked, but
I don't think we're going too hard on women. In fact, I think we've said a lot to like use credibility. You know, like when I was talking about like men trying to overshop their budget. Like you want this goddess who is also a homebody, who is also a homemaker, you need to be a 1%er, bro. You need to be a high value man.
You need to be a high value. Yeah. If you want a baby making machine, bro, like, come on.
And I've known this, like, especially like on like social media or like on the dating apps, or, you know, if I'm like walking to get a coffee and I see a girl, right? I'll talk to her, I'll hit her up, I'll send a funny message to get her number, and she'll ask me questions about myself. And literally, like, I've done everything right. And after answering a couple questions, conversation dies down, I'll hear from her again. I'm probably not her type. You know, she's really beautiful. If I look for something else, I don't take it personal, but that's just the reality of it, right? And so
it sucks. It sucks.
I mean, in I guess you can say South Asian culture.
He had to bring it
one
up.
One of the things that's already a stigma from like even back in the days. He has to have a high-paying job and a nice house, all of that. And so I feel like that ripple effect from that has come into into everyone else that's dating too, because, you know, when people get engaged in Pakistani culture, the first thing you hear is, oh, he makes X amount of dollars.
Okay.
So it's just like, you know,
money talks, man. That's what it is, man. You got to be a man of high value. It's, you know,
like,
it's what our mentor Kevin Samuel says to us now.
Benz, all of it.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, you don't have to answer this, but I would say a question you should just ask yourself is, are you maximizing your income? I know here's the thing, and this is like, I think these are really equivalent things. Women hate that we judge them majority based on looks. There are so many amazing women out there who maybe don't fit conventional Western beauty standards. And that is the only reason they struggle in dating. Is because they don't fit conventional Western beauty standards, right? And they're not even given a chance to prove themselves as nurturing, loving, a homemaker, someone who's gonna literally, you come home, you made 1,000 cold calls that day, didn't land anything, don't know where your next paycheck's coming from, you got fucking ramen in the cabinet, that's all you have for dinner. And she goes and uses the last little bit of her money to buy you groceries. There are so many women out there like that, but we ignore them because we're pricing ourselves out to protect our hearts. We think that the Instagram bad bee is the end all be all to our solutions, right? And we're not paying attention. We're not really looking at what matters and what really is going to work long term if we're thinking long term, right? And the vice versa is, I guess the solution to that would be also, it's work on yourself. If you're a woman and you don't fit conventional beauty standards and you want to have more options and more suitors, maybe you hit the gym, maybe start dressing a little bit differly, maybe get a skincare routine or get on some medications for that. I don't know.
He said skincare
but that's just the
routine.
reality. And the flip side, right, women, I'm going to leave it right there because I'm not going to harp on women actually having to do something that makes them more physically attractive. They get upset with that. But the flip side is men. Like all of, you know, if you're living at home, like I am, like D9 says, like it's just, I don't feel good about it, right? Like I would like to have my own place. I can put up bronze statues of Greek gods and I can play my TV and play my music and have a full whiskey bar and just want to have my own place. And then two, logistically, it makes sense. If a girl wants to come over, I can impress her with cooking or my styling abilities, or I can bring her a shiny pebble or some shit, right?
Not too much later.
But if you're a guy and you're not at that point, you have to ask yourself, so what matters more? You know, if I want to be considered more in the market, I have to make more money, and I have to make more money, and I have to be able to have more financial stability. That means you might need to sit down and think about going back to school. Maybe you start investing more. Maybe you start picking up a side hustle. Like you have to ask yourself,
are you self-sufficient?
I'm maximizing my potential with my current financial situation. You're making less than $50,000 a year, making less than $50,000 a year in California. You need to maximize your potential more if you really want to make a dent in dating. Even the kind, wholesome Christian women want a man who makes a lot of money. It's just the reality. And so you can ignore it and like be butthurt and like go all MGTOW or black pill and talk about becoming a misogynist. Or you can go, you know what, maybe I should just make some more money because me, my wife, and my future children will benefit if I can provide more. Right. And then just do better. And then it just feels good to do better.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
So
in the same sense though too, I don't like, and I'm just saying this in general. There's those men that also don't want to maximize, and they just say, "Oh, the woman was expecting too much of me when it comes to finance or something like that."
She might have been, especially if she couldn't afford another guy. Like if she was trying to get another guy out of that market, she couldn't bag a guy like that, right? Then yeah, that happens all the time.
So
all the time. Her expectations too high of me.
So I got a comment on here from YouTube. Sahar, in South Asian culture, they're used as security. They want their daughters to be taken care of. Yeah, that's about right.
I mean, it makes sense, but at the same sense, you don't even get the chance to meet the daughter. It could just be the parents being like, "Oh no, that ain't happening."
And then we have a Miss Ordinary who has a question. She's for you, Red Pill.
Yes. Oh, ready.
So waiting for her to. Thank you for coming in, Asian Cali. About to watch a movie. Have a good stream. Thank you. Enjoy your movie. Wait for your question. Come on. Okay.
But
she posted it. Would a female
wrong. In Southeast Asian cultures, isn't that where you pay dowries? Is that the culture that does that?
I don't know.
Like where you offer her parents a lump sum of money to marry their daughter?
Mm.
I don't think that. I've never heard that, but I could be wrong.
So the question is,
it's just like South Asian cultures. There's a couple where like that's like it's customary.
So the question was, would a female be attracted to a guy that has no job, a bit overweight, and doesn't have a license?
No.
No.
We Boogie said y'all racist. That's racist.
Well, I mean, at the same time, they want someone who's self-sufficient. They're not going to just want someone who's going to be a deadbeat Lawrence. Anybody who watches Insecure better get that reference.
Nah, man, I don't watch Insecure, man. You the only motherfucker in here watches Insecure.
Hey, it'd be like that.
Watch a show called Insecure. You know,
I'm too insecure to watch Insecure. Oh, what's up, Pauly girl? What's up? Thanks for coming in. Thanks for the roses.
Like one, a lot of the things that
he said,
like it's same.
He said it in Islam culture. In Islam, the husband gives that money to their wives.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So
he's Islamic.
I love Islamic. But yeah.
Some women like that.
And that's the reality. That's the truth. And
my bad. Sorry. I called your name wrong. My bad. It's called Mahir. Sorry. I spelled it wrong. My bad.
You know, I mean,
just want to clarify that. My bad.
I'm probably not going to pay a dowry to my wife, right? Like, I eventually want to get married. I'm not going to pay a dowry to my wife, but I want my wife to. I mean, this is one of those, like, as a man, I just want to take responsibility of everything in my kingdom. Everything that is a controllable, I should have influence over, and I should be able to provide stability for. That is my masculine role, right? You take entropy and you do your best to provide stability. That is my masculine role. So if I'm going to marry a woman, right, I'm inviting her into my frame, into my world, into all this shit that I have going on, right? Give her a lump sum of money, but I want her to know if she gets sick or if something happens, I can take care of her. That security is done. That lording my kingdom can be done. And what I look for in a woman is, okay, if I invite you into my life, which might need some help cleaning up and buffing out the rough edges and stuff, like I want to know you can be able to do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's just that's the thing. So when it comes to pre-qualifications and judging, just my final statements on it is like you should have your 3 non-negotiables, right? And these are things absolutely compatible. So if you're someone who is you're Muslim, you're Muslim culture, Islamic culture, one of your non-negotiables must be like she has to be Muslim. She has to be a follower of Islam, right? That makes perfect sense. That would be one of them. The second one is, again, like criminal history. Here's my no criminal history or anything like psycho like that, right? Maybe yours is, this person has to be okay with a vegan lifestyle. If you're 100% vegan, that would make sense. So it's important to have those 3 because those are the 3 that would cause the biggest amount of issues, the biggest amount of hurdles, the biggest amount of setbacks. All about preventing the issues before they happen. What's up?
There's also a aspect of being Muslim that there's different cultures with being Muslim, and some of those might just be they're a different. So like, let's say, what's a good one? So there's different types of Muslims. There's Shia Muslim and there's Sunni Muslim, and those things also together play an aspect. And can this person?
That makes the be. It's like, all right, if you're Shiite, I'd like, I'll only marry a Shiite, and I have one of your big three, right? Or if you're you said Sunni, if you're Sunni, you might only marry Sunni. Or like for you, you're like, I would only marry somebody who's Pakistani, right? Or like, I would never marry someone from this insert geographical location, just because it's a complete conflict of culture, right? Like I say, like North and South India, it might be a complete conflict of culture, so you won't do it. I understand, right? I would understand. People. The thing is, you need to find your three that you're like, okay, like these are my three non-negotiables. I will not bend, and I won't entertain a contrary opinion because it just means that much to me.
Right.
Everything else is not in those three. It's gray. It's a gray zone. Yeah, let that go. Let that go. After that, it's just the basics. Can they take care of themselves, and can they take care of me in the way I want to be taken care of? And that is it. Other than that, it's just purely chemistry. Is the chemistry there? Like, if you have anything beyond that, like, you're doing too much. You're judging too much. You're not giving somebody the valid chance to be nice, to be good to you. So I'm not saying I lowered my standards. I did not lower my standards. I just made them super clear. Like, my standards aren't a generalized opinion of what I would like to have. My standards are, I will not bend on these things, but the amount of things is so focused and so minute and so small. My dating experience, because of that, when I tell you, like, literally weekend on week, right? Like, following next week, so much better.
Let me ask you, how many instances has there been where you have walked out because they didn't fit those three?
I'd say right now, so there was a girl who we went on a first date, and it was definitely top 5 best first dates ever, right? And then the second date, we went on a second date, and it was great. And she had one of my 3 non-negotiables. I found out at the end of the day, 3 non-negotiables. The next morning, I woke up, I sent her a text, and I said, hey, I'm breaking it off. Like, I think we had a great time, but I gave a basic message, but she could read between the lines, and that was okay, right? We kind of stay in touch a little bit, but I probably won't go back out there. Like, I most likely won't, because it's one of 3 non-negotiables. It was really hard because, like, she had all kinds of redeeming qualities, like lots of really great redeeming qualities. But I only have 3 things. I only have 3 things that are hard no-goes, and it's like, you got to stand by your principles. So I had to let that go. It was frustrating. It was a tough decision. I definitely kind of felt bad about it for about a week, but I didn't go back on it.
Yeah, that was gonna be my other thing. Is like, do you think maybe
you guys hear these dogs? I'm sorry. You hear that?
Yeah.
How about now?
Come on, dog. Come on, man. We hear dogs and shit.
Not mine, bro. It's the neighbors, dude.
I'm good. How are you? I'm good. For sure.
I guess my thing is, like, when do we try to bend that as much as we can on the 3, or do we not at all?
It's non-negotiable. Non-negotiables are non-negotiables.
Yeah, fair enough.
They're saying, like, and I know this sounds bad, and people who are like have a certain thought process, but I feel like, well, you have to get away. No, you don't. Non-negotiable means I will not entertain a contrary opinion because it means that much to me.
Fair enough.
You have to have something you're willing to not bend on. Everybody has to have a couple things they will not bend on. That is just called integrity, and that is just knowing, like, if you have something in your life you'll never bend on, then when you're tested, you're going to be more resilient during that time. Like, if you're a person who's partially faithful, right? And if you're partially faithful, like if you go to church like a couple times a year on a holiday, and you want to claim God, and then like life hits you and it's hard, you're not going to be strong in that time. You're going to fucking crumble. You're going to fucking fold, right? Especially because if God's your backbone, but you don't even worship him or celebrate him, you're going to fucking fold. That's just the way it is.
That's crazy.
Right? But if
that's
your principle
crazy.
is, I have this belief, right? And you were staunch, ardent, right? Nothing's going to break you. Nothing's going to bend. You're always going to know you love and respect yourself. So if one of yours is, no one with a felony, and you go on a date, and on the second date, you find out this guy has a felony, right? A decent felony. Like, you have to tell him, like, look, you're an amazing guy. I love this. One of my 3 non-negotiables. The list is so short. But I don't bend on felonies. It creates too much hardship in the future, and I just don't put myself in a position to that. And you got to figure that out before you invest too much. It's hard. It's not easy. Everyone thinks that being able to go for what you want is an easy decision. To allow certain things in your life, it's just easy. Like, okay, it's just gonna come to. No, you're gonna have to send away good people because they don't fit what you want or what you need. But again, that list is too long. You're gonna send away everybody. Die alone. You're gonna disintegrate, right? Alone. Thanos snap. But
yeah.
But yeah.
No, I mean, I'm just talking to all the people in the comments, man. They're hearing you out, so you don't have any negative shit. I don't know what it is on Instagram. I didn't check.
No.
I mean,
I ain't afraid of negativity, bro. You're trying to smoke me every day.
I mean, now that we've actually kind of touched on the things,
yeah,
I think,
dating is mind games. That's for sure. I agree.
What's up?
No, someone commented like dating sucks. It's all mind games. I agree.
Oh yeah, I hate dating.
It's not
all
mind
mind
games.
It's all
not mind
not
games.
fun. I mean, the fact that we hate it so much, we should enjoy the possibility of dating someone. Why is it so stressful?
Well, I mean, Madre
like,
says it all the time. Enjoy it. I don't know how.
Like, but dating's only ever stressful for me when I make it hard for myself. Dating is only stressful for me when I put too much pressure on another woman to do something for me. Dating is only stressful for me when I put too much pressure on trying to get laid. Dating is only stressful for me when I put too much pressure on someone who's just fucking met. I make it pressureless. I tell myself, my goal right now is I'm going to make her laugh every single time we talk. I'm going to make her feel beautiful every single time we talk, right? I'm just not going to be super available because you don't have to be. You don't have to be super available, right? So it's like, if dating is super stressful because it's your number one priority. It's allowed to be a priority. You should never make it your number one.
I mean,
it is allowed to be something you prioritize. It should not be number one, ever.
So she said,
when people say you should make it fun and whatnot, I'm in my head, it's kind of like, well, when the people that you're taking out don't end up making it fun, then what? I don't know how you're having fun then.
Find someone else. And this is just the way it works in the West, right? Like, if you're a guy,
hold on,
you
wait
should
a
have at least
minute.
like 4 options.
Before you finish, I got IG Live ended. Sorry to interrupt you. IG Live, did it end?
Yeah.
Yo, you didn't say nothing?
No.
God damn
it. It ended not even 5 minutes ago. Not even 5 minutes.
All right. No one wants to. No one knows how to be straight up anymore. No one trusts anyone's word because everybody beat around the bush. Fucking Markel.
Well, here's the thing. Stop asking everybody to be super fucking straight up. Okay, let me lay my fucking soapbox right quick. Stop asking people, what are you looking for on the first date? Stop asking. You think you're going to get the honest answer. You're not. That person isn't comfortable enough with you yet to say the honest truth off tops. Or they're going to feel compelled to say something. Or even if you agree, what are you looking for? Well, I'm looking for eventual marriage and kids. Okay, me too. Now there's going to be this awkward pressure, like you guys are linked, and you have to just fucking make this work. And then there's going to be this weird, like, you're gonna rush things. You're gonna rush the dating. You're gonna rush the sex. You're gonna rush moving in with each other. Like, it's just not organic. You have to know geographically where you are. If you are in the West, this is just the way it fucking goes. You must date around, right? Either a lot or a little bit, but you have to have options. And then eventually you're going to settle with your best option. That is just the way it works.
I mean, even living with someone, I won't move in with someone unless I know what's up.
He said, "Don't ask, go with the flow." What about not ask what they're looking for?
Why not ask what they're looking for? Because if you ask what they're looking for on the first date, and this is specific, don't ask on the first date. You don't know. Ask them what they like to do. Ask them what their favorite food is, what their favorite color is. Ask them who their favorite role models were growing up. My favorite question to ask on a first date. Instead of what do you do for work, I always say, who was a man you looked up to growing up?
My dad.
If a woman can't tell you, or a woman, ask him, who was a woman you looked up to growing up? If that man can't think of one woman he looked up to growing up, he didn't have one woman hero, one role model who's a woman, he doesn't respect women. He's not going to show you better respect. Same thing with men. If you ask a man, woman, who's a man you grew up with, you respect growing up? And she goes, well, I didn't really have a dad, and I hate authority, and fuck Trump, and it's like, well, she's the kind of person who doesn't respect anything with masculinity. It's evil, right?
Oh,
so
shit. you get
don't
deep.
ask the questions. What are you looking for to put pressure on it? Or do you want a relationship to put pressure on it? Or how many bodies? Like, stop asking all that bullshit. Everyone thinks the super straightforward talk is important. You can tell if somebody wants to be around by how they move. How they move. Are they calling you to make plans, or are they just texting you for your attention? Are they pulling their phone out, distracting when you're together, or are they giving you 100% of your attention? When you set a boundary, are they following the boundary? Are they asking about your health, asking about your welfare? People are so caught up in what are you looking for, they forget to think, are you good for me? So don't ask somebody, what are you looking for? Ask them questions to decide if you're good for me. Because you might be looking for the same shit, and that person is still not good for you.
Yeah.
Stop asking that bullshit.
All right.
I mean,
She said, only ask if when you want to make things exclusive. We had a whole topic about exclusiveness, but I enjoy you coming in, Your Highness.
And you should probably have that exclusivity talk or that. So, hey, where do you think this should go? Like, if you should start asking that around the 5th date, 4th or 5th date, right? Is when you would ask that person, hey, and first you have to make it known what you like and what you want, right? And then you ask them, how does that sound? So you go to some, like if I'm going on a date, let's say you've been on 4 or 5 dates, and I want to eventually be exclusive with this woman, I say, hey, I really like spending time with you. Do you like where this is going, right? Or do you think this could be something later in the future? If she goes, well, I think so it could, but right now, the answer is no, right? The answer is not right now. So you should probably add a couple more to your rotation and see what happens. But if she goes, I really enjoy seeing you, and I think that maybe in the future there's potential for something. That tells you right there. And you have to give people the ability to say something indirectly. That's actually part of social intelligence, right? It's called power talk. It's where basically, a great example would be power talk. Basically just like, hey, I really like how these dates are going. What do you think about spending more time together in the future? Right? You didn't say, be my girlfriend. You didn't say, let's get married. But the message, if she's socially intelligent, is clear. I want to see you more often, and that most likely means exclusivity. To which she might reply, yeah, I'd like to see you more, but I got work. So she's basically going to say she's busy, but the reality is she's saying, I'm sorry, that's not exactly how I feel. Like, you have to have social intelligence for that. People think this super straightforward power talk, which admittedly is something I'm known for. Straightforward straight talk, which I'm known for, is like the best thing to have. It's not. You have to have some tact. You have to be able to ask a question without putting pressure on the other person. Like, you got to invest in your social intelligence. Because I tell you right now, you could go on a date, and I'm sure all these guys here can admit, you can go on a first date with a girl, and the first 30 minutes you're like, you might be my wife one day. And at the end, she's going to ask you, what are you looking for? And it ruins everything. We don't know why this works. You can literally be on a date with her and you're like, I do want to date you exclusively, seriously, monogamously, and have kids later. But for some fucking reason, when she asks, what are we, or what are you looking for too early, it just ruins everything.
I mean, there's those men and women that kind of will be in a certain place and then be like, oh, I got to have this, that, and the third. And they're talking about, oh, there's somebody who drives a Benz, somebody who has their own house, someone who makes X amount of money. And they're over here making, I don't know what, less than 30 and still claiming all this high shit. It's just like,
well, I gotta ask, those people, do they ever end up with people they're looking for? those people. So here's my thing: stop listening to those people. Like, stop listening to those people. Like, if this message, if you're a guy or if you're a girl, and you're a great girl, and you are willing to cook for your man, nurture your man, massage your man if he's exhausted, you're willing to listen to him complain about work, you're there for him, right? Like, believe it or not, like, if you're a woman, you have to understand you might be your man's only emotional outlet in his life. Not that he should treat you as a therapist. That's a lot of pressure for you to hold, but understanding that, right? Understanding that he is working 80 hours a week and you're working 20. Like, yeah, you might have to cook dinner when he gets home because his 80 hours a week is going to turn into you retiring at 43, right?
Yeah.
So,
Well, here, let me.
Kim says, "Yikes." Kim said, "Yikes."
right? So it's kind of like, but those people, like, they price themselves out. So people who talk about this is what I want, this is what I want, this is what I want. Like they never end up with that. So if you're a man or you're a woman, stop listening to the other side making unrealistic demands. Just ignore it. That's what I do. When I'm on Hinge and a girl's in her profile, must do this, must do that, must be this tall, I don't fit that shit. You know what I send? I send hard eyes and call it a day. You know what happens? We're probably going to match and then we'll have a great conversation and then I may or may not get her number. Like, cut the bullshit, right? Like, just let that go. Let that go. When a girl's saying, oh, my man got to have a job, you got to have a house, you got to have a car. She doesn't have that.
Have everything. Everything.
Ignore it. Just out the window. Fuck that shit. Right? You look her right in the face and you go, okay. That's what we like to do for fun. Just like ignore all that shit. It's just she's trying to disqualify men because she's insecure about herself. Show her you don't give a shit. Keep moving.
Well, it goes back to that insecurity part. Like they have these whole big qualifications, but they're also insecure. Yeah. That's what Willie Boogie was saying.
Even when you're in a relationship past the dating part, I feel like there's so many people that are being put in position where they have to promise that they're going to stay with that person. And that alone also is too much pressure. It's just like,
don't promise.
Well, you're asking, what's up?
Hold the boundary. Hold the line. Don't promise shit if you don't want to. Sorry to cut you off. That's how I feel about it.
No,
you always cut off D-Nice, bro. Come on, man. You never let anybody say nothing, man.
No, the thing is that it's just kind of like, to what point is it like healthy versus just like, oh, you're making me promise you the world and I can't even give it to you? Right?
Back one more time.
So like, I kind of like how you were saying it's too much pressure to promise something and then, or, kind of like, kind of just like in the relationship stage where they're asking you to plan ahead further than you're comfortable doing and dealing with that pressure. You know what I mean? Does that make more sense?
Just say it. Just be like if you just asked her to be your girlfriend, say, like I said, one, as a man, the man proposes to the woman in marriage, but when it comes to boyfriend and girlfriend, the woman should ask the man. That's how I feel. Right? That's how I feel about it. She should have the conversation of what are we? And that's when you go, well, we've been dating for a bit. If you want to be my girlfriend, you can. Right? You usually don't want to even propose. It's time to propose. But the transitioning from dating, again, I don't believe in any exclusivity without a title. That's hard and fast rule. There is no exclusivity without a title. I don't expect exclusivity without a title. It might hurt my feelings if I find something out. That's reality. But I can't reasonably expect you to have some type of loyalty without a title, right? Also, I would never give a title to a woman if I didn't consider married.
Oh, okay.
Don't have a girlfriend for fun. So if you've been dating for like 7-8 months, right, which is I think a normal time to be going out with somebody before you make it official, somewhere between 6 and 9 months, right?
Dang, I do it earlier. Maybe that's my problem.
He said realistic problems versus unrealistic problems. Realistic promises versus unrealistic promises. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. It's something I always say.
Exactly, and that's so because the thing is, when a woman puts in that kind of position, very rarely does she really actually want you to promise that thing. She's just looking for a little bit of extra security, of she's like, I'm giving you the poo nanny and I'm doing X, Y, Z for you. I just want to make sure it's worth it for me in the end. That's usually what that means.
Yeah.
And when you say is, look, I'm not going to go anywhere. Everything we have is perfect. It's going to keep on going, growing stronger. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. And if she brings it back up and goes, yeah, but I really want to get married. And you say, look, I've thought about it. I'm not ready for it. I'm not gonna put a time frame on it. We'll get there when we get there. And if she pushes again, then you say, hey, look, like, stop. But like, if you can't even set that boundary, then it's a good sign you don't have frame, and you shouldn't marry that woman anyway. She'll walk all over you.
Yeah.
So
actually, to be honest with you, I didn't even fully learn about boundaries until after my last relationship. So it took, it took a while, but I actually understanding more about giving, taking boundaries, all of that.
I'm actually teaching myself to have less boundaries. I mean, when I go out with girls, they're always like, yeah, you don't talk about this, you don't talk about that, or you just ignore this question. And it's like, yeah, I do just ignore a lot of that shit.
If you don't mind me asking,
I'm learning to be more open, more forthcoming about information about myself. But it's a process. I mean, it's a campaign. It's a campaign, and we're Alexander.
If you don't mind me asking, when you say I have to have less boundaries, do you mean like what things you can talk about versus not, or just divulging yourself to the person?
Talk about my childhood is usually a big no-go for me. I usually don't ever bring that up. Any major traumatic events, like, I never bring that up, even if it's obvious something's triggering me. I won't talk about income at all. I rarely talk about my career plans for the future, because I believe in a thing called nascent energy. It's energy that's like bubbling up that hasn't happened yet, potential energy. And I think when you talk too much about what you're going to do, you're releasing nascent energy, which could be used to propel you forward. So I don't like to talk too much about what I'm going to do, right? Just because I think that releases potential energy that could have, helped me along the way. And there's that contact, like not texting throughout the day. Like if I get a text from a girl and it's like, I could reply right now with a reasonable reply, but I think I have something to do in 20 minutes. It's going to take me an hour. I'm just like, well, look, I want 20 minutes to myself. I'll do it now, which is my prerogative, but that's not always the most correct way to go about it. And then you end up thinking girls end up being like, oh, I don't think you're really interested in me, or then it just fizzles out and you really like them and you can't handle that. So like not being so guarded all the time. And so like guarding of everything, guarding my time, guarding my emotions, guarding my feelings, guarding my past history. It's like I can let some of that go and not worry about it coming back in my face.
Kim and Wee Boogie are both in my like Twitch. And, like I'm just trying to focus, and it's just going over their comments, bro. They're fucking me up,
bro.
So Kim says I share my fertility percentage on the first date. What? Yikes.
I mean, if you're looking for a family, like, say less.
Oh, he said, he can see me laughing. They're just going back and forth. That's just how funny.
She said she shares her fertility percentage when the guy pulls out his pull-out game percentage.
Hey, give me a pull-out percentage. Boom.
Yeah.
I got low sperm count, baby. Let's go.
Yeah. Like I pull out 95% of the time. So
every time, even when I feel like I want to. Even if I feel it, just a little tip.
What did Big John say? I can have a bulletproof condom. I'm still gonna pull out.
I've been straight since, baby. Nah, man.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not gonna comment on that. But
man, I think that's kind of all I got for today, man. I think I said everything.
Did you?
I feel like we actually stayed on topic today. We got back to topic.
We actually did. Surprisingly, we actually did. Even though all the shit that we've been saying. We've actually stayed pretty good, and I did not finish my liquor, so that's a good stream. We actually had a good live stream. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. Usually I drink this shit all, and I fucking just act like a drunken idiot, but no, I actually did not do that today, guys. I actually have like this much left. See?
Hey.
Jack Daniels. Hope we get a sponsor one day. No? Maybe not.
One day. But all right, I gotta sign off. I gotta get ready for.
Wait till next week. Heartbreak Asian. Should I call him Heartbreak Asian or whatever? Heartbreak Asian said he's gonna come on next week.
There we go. Let's do it. Are you getting Max Savage back or what?
Max Savage. He's a little busy, but we'll get him on. We got to figure out the next time. We actually got to discuss this as we speak right now, so people could prepare for the next episode, guys. What should we talk about ASAP? Let's go.
Prenups. No, I'm
What?
kidding.
Pulling out?
Oh,
Pulling out?
We should do-
fertility
we should do-
levels?
What's the most triggering thing I can think of? We should do prenups, transgender dating,
Oh,
abortion.
transgender dating?
Talk about those two things.
Oh, shit. You
yeah,
talking
all
about
three of them. Just tackle
doing
all
Pride
three of those.
Month? Bro, you doing Pride Month? You gonna do that? You gonna do that now? You gonna do Pride Month, bro?
You're about to get pissed off.
What you doing?
It's okay, don't worry. Come next Black History Month, talk about interracial dating. It's fine.
We can talk about interracial dating all the time. Deal breakers?
Yeah.
Kim said deal breakers.
Deal
I feel
breakers
like
and interracial
I feel
dating.
like that could be one of them, but I feel like it's not a lot of material. Deal breakers. We can talk about marketplace value. Let's talk about that. Sexual marketplace value, or SMV.
What the hell is that?
Talk big topic.
Yeah,
Basically,
I was like, I don't know. I don't follow.
I don't know what that
sexual
is.
marketplace value. Like everybody has one. Like in the marketplace, like you have Michael B. Jordan, it's gonna be like the top percentile, right? And then you have Charlie, the overweight neckbeard, is gonna be towards the bottom. He's not gonna have high value, right? So look, no one likes it. No one likes it. Nobody wants to admit that they have a certain marketplace value based off things they can and can't control. But that is the truth of dating.
Huh.
The truth. And it's a bit subjective one-on-one, but generally speaking, you have a certain value, right? So you might be someone's 9, you might be someone else's 7, might be someone else's 6, but the bigger and the more you expand out, you're generally at this rank or this rank or this rank, right?
Oh. Okay. I see what you mean there. We can talk about that. What do you guys think about? What should we talk about, guys? Let's look at the chats. Let me see. Since now I'm in control of it, since Markel couldn't.
You just gonna blame Markel on your podcast? Dang.
He's getting on Kevin Samuel's game with that. Let's actually do that. Kevin Samuels talks about that all the time. Okay. Let's talk about that.
It was funny. It actually got introduced by a guy named Rollo Tomasi. First book, Rational Male. It's a 4-book series. It came out like 10 years ago, 11 years ago. And then Kevin Samuels, he got that from Rollo Tomasi. Everyone pretty much got that terminology from Rollo Tomasi. Or it might have been from other. There was an old dating website called Heart Chastis or something like that, or Heart Chateau or some shit like that. And that was like an old website that had like a bunch of really like hardcore red pill articles and shit like that. Like they had like the 16 Commandments of Poon or something like that, which was crazy. One of the commandments was in the lifetime of a relationship, you're never allowed to apologize more than twice. As a man, that was like one of the rules. In the lifetime of a relationship, you're never allowed to apologize more than twice.
Okay.
You can never say the words "I'm sorry" more than twice.
60 Commandments of Poon. Damn.
The 16 Commandments of Poon, bro.
60.
Everyone should go read
60 or
that.
16?
You wanna, like, get mad at me, man. 1-6.
Paulie Girl says flirty texting considered cheating. We can add that in there. Fuck it. Fuck it. Add that.
What's
shit
cheating?
Sexting.
Yeah, like that's not cheating, but it's sketch. That's not cheating, but it's sketch. That's a breakable offense. If you're texting, if you're saying hard eyes on some dude's picture, yeah, you didn't suck them up. But for me, it's like you would. That's enough intent.
If there was opportunity.
Drugs, intent to sell. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh man, social media and in relationship stuff is like crucial. So many fights, shit like that.
yeah.
Okay, we'll do that, man.
Yeah.
Let's do that the next episode. We'll add that shit on there. Let's fucking do it,
But
man.
all right, I really do have to sign off though.
Okay.
me too.
Yeah, we done. We're not gonna do a post episode, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all, but appreciate you guys coming in, tuning into this episode. I know we kept it pretty brief actually. It's kind of weird. We usually go until like 10:30. We actually ended at like right at 10 o'clock. Wow.
My bad.
Yeah, you know, us people gotta get enough bedtimes, man.
But
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys coming in. If you guys aren't here, I hope you guys will be here next week. Tune in. I'm sorry that the IG ended. I think the IG has an hour limit. That's probably why it ended.
Yeah.
So I know, sad. But appreciate you guys coming in, Kim. Everyone else on YouTube, Twitch, POF. Appreciate you guys coming in with the ideas, and let's talk about it next week.
Absolutely. Wait, real quick. Beard check.
Beard check?
Who
We're
got
doing
the
it.
beard?
Okay.
Beard check. Who got it? Who gonna take it? I think
Come on,
Repso
man.
at it again.
let's not do this again.
I gotta take a
You give
picture.
D-Nice like 3 days. He'll beat all of us.
Exactly.
All right, y'all. Good night.
All right, y'all. Take
All right,
it
take it
easy,
easy,
man.
John. Yo.
Do it next time, y'all. Let's do it. Oh, they all left me. That's fucked up. Damn, they didn't even wait. They just all dipped out on me. See that? Motherfuckers. It's cool, man. It's good. That's good. Motherfuckers just left me and shit. Didn't they? Yeah, you see that? Just post show with me? Just me by myself. That's fucked up, man. Nah, I can't.
Recording stopped.
I appreciate y'all coming in, man. Tune into next time. I'm gonna people who are on Twitch, I'm gonna raid Dennis versus Food and then tap into Wee Boogie stream later tonight. Let's go. Appreciate you guys coming in. Coming next time. See you guys next week. Hello, friends. This is Dante from the YD Podcast. Thank you for tuning in onto our episode. And just wanted to give you guys some updates. I know I usually do this at the end of my episodes. I'm doing a little update. So we do still have a Patreon website. I've been putting exclusive content on there. I haven't put any dating coaches or advice or anything like that yet. I'm still working on that. But if you still want to donate to the Patreon, it's still on there on the YD Podcast website. But for right now, all I'm doing right now is Venmo. I'll put the link onto this episode on the YouTube episode. Hope you guys, like I said, like the episode. But I'm putting everything on there. Currently, I am still working on advice dating because I want to have a community where we're having someone giving advice, having some experts on there that's helping people through dating. So I know we typically talk about a lot of funny stuff on our episodes, but I also want to provide some kind of service to everyone who's listening. So let's get their money's worth for something. It's $5. I'm definitely not going to raise the price because I haven't done much with my Patreon. But I still have a Venmo on there. It's going to be on there. But I will put the link down here. You can kind of see it. And just so you guys know, I appreciate you guys joining in and tuning into our episode thus far, listening to all our stuff. But yeah, that is it for it, guys. I will post more things on my Patreon. Like I said, I'll still put the exclusive content, the post episode on there, the audio form. I can't really put the video on there, but some strange reason it's too big of a file. But that's what I want to have on there, guys, and that is it. That's all I have to say. But please subscribe too, as well, on the YouTube channel if you guys haven't done so already. But that is it, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in, and enjoy the rest of your day.